Alright, yo, what's up? It's your girl Rainy Storm checking in. For those of y'all that's first time coming to my motherfucking channel, you know what I'm saying? You can find me at Rainy Storm on all social media, rainystorm.wix.com/info. Alright? And so this series, the Rising Sign series, we have been moving through these motherfuckers like a piece of cake, okay? Like some nice sweet ass, you know what I'm saying? And so we moved from Scorpio rising, and now we're gonna move into Sagittarius rising. For those of y'all that's your first time hearing about a rising, you were like, oh my God, I thought that I was this sun. What is going on? What is going on? What is this? Sagittarius, well, the rising sign is what you've come to know when you're born. It sets up the rest of your houses. It is the mask that you wear when people first meet you. Once again, I refer back to Astro Finesse on this. It was a beautiful description about the sun, moon, and rising, your big three or big four for my cuspers out there. Basically, your rising sign is the house, the outside of the house. When you're driving by a house and you see the outside of the house, you see the numbers, you see the mailbox, you see the whole exterior. Your sun sign is actual. When you walk in the house, it's the interior of the house, is what the house looks like. What's on the walls, you know what I'm saying? What kind of couch, what kind of stuff is around the house. What kind of decor is on the walls, and different things to kind of bring the accents out. And then your moon sign, which we will get to in the month of October. I'm excited. Let's do it. Let's get it. That is your emotions, and that is also what you come into the bedroom. It's like not everybody can come in the bedroom, but we in the bedroom. And we get to the bedroom, it gets real personal. Unless you're just an open ass motherfucker, then but for the most part, your bedroom is like the privacy. It's where not everybody can get to, but if you get there, you in there. So without further ado, let's get to it. Sag risings. I know a couple Sag risings. Sag risings seem to be attracted to me, and not just in the sexual way, but just I tend to meet a lot of Sag risings. So I definitely know this. I'm very, very familiar with this energy. But let's get into it. So, first thing I noticed about Sag rising is they have very hippie. They're very hippie. They have and not hippie like peace hippie. They can be peace hippie, but they just have very wider hips, or their hips are a little bit more formed, because we are talking about the physical appearance as well when we are talking about the rising sign. So they're very hippie. Might not have a lot of booty, but they got them hips though. Or they might have that junk in that trunk. You know what I'm saying? And they got them hips too. But they're very, very curvy, very, very hippie. They got that centaur, because they are the centaur. So they got that centaurian body, that stallion booty. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, this is for guys and girls. Like, you just have a very curvy, just a very curvy structure. Very curvy structure. Bubble eyes. God, what's her name? Not Issa. God. And she's not even a Sag rising, but just a Sagittarius. Quinta is a Sagittarius. And she's not I don't know if she's a Sag rising, but one thing I do notice about just Sagittarius is periods, they have like these bubble eyes. Like, their eyes are very bubble, like Jupiterian, like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, bubble, like, I see you. You know what I mean? They're very optimistic about life. It is Jupiterian energy. It's mutable fire. So it's just like, I want to go on this long journey. I want to know it all. I want to explore. I want to experience and see how it is, and see what it do and what it don't. And shit, if I fuck up, oh well. Because, like, it's life. It's just very, like, adventurous energy. And something I said in this, I think the sun video of Sagittarius is like, they are the type of people that will and don't give a fuck. You could call them at 4 o'clock, or they'll call you at 4 o'clock in the morning and be like, okay, so I want to take a road trip tomorrow, or in the morning, pack your shit, let's go. That's just their personality. They like to do things on a whim. They like to, risk take, you know what I mean? Like, they like to just do different shit, you know what I mean? they are the type that will take you somewhere that you've never been, so that's definitely something. They're very sociable, definitely like Libra risings. They're very sociable. They love to interact with people. They love to talk with people, show face. They are like the show face people of the zodiac, of like, all right, what's the next move? Like, let's get it in. Like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? The philosophers. So they are very, like, sometimes when you're talking to a Sag rising, sometimes it might seem like you're not getting there. Like Gemini's like, boom, boom. You know what I mean? I'm getting straight to the point. Okay, so this is this. Very mercurial. Okay, this is that. Cool. Boom. Sagittarius is like, but what about the earth makes the earth the earth? And when we look down to the earth, what's really there? The motherfuckers is looking around like, bitch, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know, Mars, bitch. Like, it's just like, this is Sag rising. This is what I think of when I think of Sag rising. Oh, okay. Very much so like Pisces energy as well. It's just like, not there. Sorry for the dogs. Somebody's here. I'm trying to get there, but I'm not there. But I'm, okay, you got it. It's very spiritual being, spiritual beings, Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius energy. They live in the spiritual realm. They've been here plenty of times before. And when I look at Sagittarius in Capricorn too, which I will get into, it comes to like, you've learned all these life lessons, you sat on the mountain, you've contemplated life, you've figured it out, and you've manifested into this life of like understanding that. So when I say that, I say Gemini sits on your opposition. So as where Gemini was more so like the student of life, it was open to asking different people and different perspectives and things like that. Sagittarius comes in to be the teacher. So you are here, you are brought to this plane to teach through your own personal experiences, through your own life, through your own lessons. And even if, and then burnt cookies, Naya. Okay, thank you. Okay. I thought I was smelling burnt cookies. I'm like, the fuck? Anyway, sea salt chocolate cookies again. Okay, so you come to, I think I was talking about Gemini energy. Yes, you've come to teach people your experience and through the things that you've been through and through the things that even if they can't relate. You're here to share your honest, raw, blunt ass fucking truth with no breaks. You know what I'm saying? And Sagittarius rising is such a beautiful, all rising signs are beautiful, but Sagittarius, that Jupiterian energy. I will say the opposite side of the Jupiterian energy is sometimes Sagittarius, because it is ruled by Jupiter, it can go a little bit too hard in the paint. You know what I mean? And it was like, well, what's too hard in the paint? It's just like, because we live in such a reality-based world, and Sagittarius is very much so used to things just being a certain way. Let me see. I promise y'all, in October, we're going to do things differently. Like, I'm not doing this with y'all no more. For real. Like, my knees and shit hurting and all that. This is just my little setup, temporary. But anyway. Yeah, like, they've come into this life to do such. Basically, going back. I'm sorry, y'all. Mercury retrograde just got me like, or not Mercury retrograde, but the retrograde just got me like, it's doing some shit to my Mercury, so it's just like, fuck. But anyway, the Mars. But anyway, basically, like, you can be overly optimistic about life. And there's nothing wrong with being optimistic about life, but sometimes when you take when you take it too far and you go over, and you go way too hard in the paint and you go way too out of pocket, it's just like, Sagittarius, you got to come back. Because now you've jumped off the deep end and how you gonna get back? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you put too much expectation into things that are not there, or too much, like, you're just way too much. And you gotta learn balance. You gotta understand balance. You gotta understand, like, how to weigh, you know, both ends. So you're on a quest. You're on a quest for life. You're on a quest and search for truth. On a quest and search for what this world truly means. And through learning about that, through learning about yourself, through owning and knowing your truth of the matter, the truth, you can teach people that. You can, and you don't have to be, and it's another thing about the teaching part of it is, like, Sagittarius can get real fucking preachy. Like, real preachy, dogmatic, in a sense of, like, I know all. It's very much so like that God complex energy of, like, well, I am the one that knows, you know, I'm the fixed fire that sits on the top of the throne. I'm the last of all three fires, so I know. And it's like, yes, Edge, we get it, G, like, you know, but you can't push your you know, your ideals and what you believe onto other people. You have to share. You can share what you know, and you got to let people come and meet you there, meet you halfway. So even if they not, like, honestly, I see Sagittarius rising people, like, they're the type of people that you see on the you know, them people that be out on downtown and be like, the Lord said that all motherfuckers are sinners because... And I'm not saying this is what y'all are. I'm just saying this is what y'all have the potential to become. If you're taking a little bit too far, G. It's like, just pipe down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, I'm not saying free speech is... I'm never going to take away people's free speech, but when you're getting angry at people for not believing what you believe or not following what you believe to be true, it gets a little tyranny, you know? Just a little bit. A little tyranny, a little tyrant, you know? It's just, you got to kind of ease it, you know what I mean? Just ease a motherfucker in there, because you know, you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of wisdom to share and things, but you gotta understand that everybody's not you. Everybody doesn't want to be you, or if they do or they look up to you, they're not you. So there's that. You can inspire others, you can uplift others, but you also have to be able to keep an open mind, just like how you would like people to hear you and understand you and get you and feel you. You also have to keep an open mind to things, which you are pretty good at, but you know, we're talking about the checks and balances of both. Definitely, you didn't come into this world to necessarily find a point, a destination. You know, you didn't come here to get to that certain place and then you're like, okay, I found it. No, you know, Sagittarius rising also as well, like, you have to understand, especially through the journey through your own houses, your own planetary houses. It's like, and I will do a video in the future about that. You have to understand of, like, life is a journey. You know, life is going to come in and teach you things, but don't get caught up in expecting things to the way you view things to be what is in front of you in your journey, and moving in that. You know, like, you have to see a bigger picture. You know, you have to see things from a bird's eye view, and then you have to be able to kind of move in that. You know, you have to be able to move in that energy and not get so fixed, because even though Sagittarius is a mutable sign, has a very fixed qualities about itself. It's so interesting. It can be very fixed, and I think it might be like the tail end of Scorpio energy, of just like knowing what it knows so much to the point that it's like, this must be it, you know. And so Sagittarius has to go on that journey, the full journey of, like, what is life really about? What does life really mean? You know, what's it? Something like, I don't know why it just came up. The life is but a dream. You know what I mean? Like, I see Sagittarius as like the fucking pirate on the ship, and it's just like drunk as fuck, and he's like hanging off the ship, and he's like, ah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, life. You know, it's just very, just you know, jumping the ship to ship. Like, y'all got anything to drink? You know what I mean? Like, I get something to drink. You know, it's very animated in that way. Just keeping faith. And I think that's one thing that you learn from your mutable homie Pisces is like being able to believe and being able to see and being able to keep faith with you and knowing that everything works out in its divine place and divine plan and divine order. And Pisces, Sagittarian energy is very divine, you know. Yeah, man. If you don't find the answers that you seek, setting unrealistic goals, expectations, and but being okay with not getting all the answers and being okay with not what you see being presented to you in a way that you need it to be packaged and presented to you. Going sometimes too far. Once again, we talked about that. The God plan complex, can't see me, can't touch me. Making sure you're checking in with yourself on that and making sure you're checking in and saying, all right, well, am I going a little bit too hard? Or are my ideals, you know, taking me a little bit, you know, left instead of taking me right on my path, you know? Finding the truth on your own terms. I think because you come from that Gemini and that Gemini energy of like Gemini will, it's kind of like Libra in a sense where Gemini sometimes will listen to everybody else before it understands, and it has to listen also to itself. It's like that twin energy, that mirror energy of like, you have to find it for yourself. You cannot let or allow other people to tell you where it's at. Sagittarius rising. You can't. You have to go out on your own. It's like, this is coming to my mind, like a baby. When a baby is by a stove and they're like, ooh, cookie. I'm about to give you some cookies. They're like, ooh, cookie. And then Mama Bear is like, baby, it's hot. It's very hot. It's hot. Psst, hot. You know what I'm saying? Hot. You know what I mean? And the baby, Sagittarius rising is like, fuck you. Like, I'm gonna do it anyway. And then they touch the, you know, stove, and then they like, fuck. And they're ow. Ow. And crying. And they're like, oh my God. And they're like, I told you so. But Sag is like, fuck what you told me. I need to see it. I need to feel it. I need to understand it. I need to know it. You know, and that's just that energy that Sag brings. You know what I'm saying? It's the energy that Sag has. Like I said, I put student and teacher. Gemini being the student, Sag being the teacher. Exploring your beliefs. Why you believe what you believe. Did somebody indoctrinate this belief into you? Or is something that you've come to on your own? Is it something that you've come to on your own that you know, Sag, to believe to be true? Because there's a difference, you know what I'm saying? You're on the pursuit of happiness, knowledge, you know, desire, Jupiter, all this Jupiterian energy. Like, this is your life. And a song is coming to mind. It's my life, it's now or never. And I don't want to live forever. So, that's Sagittarius. It's my life. Like, I gotta live my life. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna live forever, so I might as well do it big. Sagittarius does it big. Sagittarius rising does it big. You look at life from a grand scale. You don't look at life from just the, you know, the situation or the environment or the people that you're around. You look at it at all sides. You know what I'm saying? And you're here to divinely, at the end of the fucking day, to help people, support people, and becoming the best fucking version of themselves. That is what you do. That's what you've come here to do through your experiences, through your faith, through your optimism, through your shit, yo. I mean, it's a beautiful rising sign to have. Like, come on now. Like, who wouldn't want to live that life searching for meaning, but still searching and then searching again and searching more and then going through other shit? Just like, that's life. You're living your life. You living your life is going to help other people live their life. Okay? So for my Sagittarius risings out there. You know what I'm saying? This is like a little scope of what I see and what I know. We're going to be moving on to Cap rising, and then we're going to be finishing up all the way through Pisces next week. And then we will be moving on to the moon sign in October, baby. So y'all just get ready. It's a Rainy Storm checking in, checking out. You can find me once again at A Rainy Storm on all social media, and arainystorm.wix.com/info if you would like a personal reading from me. I do Mars activations. I do North and South Node consultations. So y'all make sure y'all hit me up. All right. Peace.